Every child has a dream. Many imagine what it would be like to possess superpowers, to leap tall buildings in a single bound, to move faster than a speeding bullet, to have the strength to defeat any foe. And most often, those dreams fade as they grow up. But for two awkward teenage boys in the early 1930s, those wild imaginations weren't just fantasies, they were the seeds of a creation that would change the world. Jerry Siegel and Joe Shuster, two young boys growing up in Cleveland during the Great Depression, would not only capture the imagination of their time, but of generations to come. Together they birthed a character who would become a symbol of hope, strength, and justice: Superman, the world's most iconic superhero. From small beginnings, a friendship formed by imagination. In the midst of a country ravaged by economic turmoil, Cleveland was a city full of opportunity for those willing to dream big. For Jerry and Joe, the boundaries of their dream were limitless. Jerry was the ambitious dreamer, always looking for new ways to express his wildest ideas. Joe, on the other hand, was the artist, forever sketching and creating from whatever scraps of paper he could find. Their friendship formed on an unexpected yet beautiful bond of mutual love for comics. They weren't the most popular kids at school. In fact, like many teenagers, they often felt awkward and unsure of themselves, turning to their imaginations to escape the pressure of their social circles. The world of comics gave them a place to belong, a world of infinite possibilities where they could be heroes, where they could solve problems and conquer impossible odds. For Joe, it was about bringing characters to life through art, while Jerry was a natural storyteller, always weaving fantastical tales that stretched beyond what others could even fathom. But it was one sleepless summer night that Jerry's vision would change everything. This was the night the idea for Superman was born. The birth of Superman, a sleepless night turns into a dream realized. As Jerry sat in bed, restless, an idea began to form. A hero, no ordinary man, but a being with unimaginable strength, speed, and power. He would be indestructible, impervious to harm, and possess the ability to protect the innocent and fight evil. Jerry described the experience as one of pure inspiration, where ideas flow so rapidly that he couldn't write them down fast enough. I hop out of bed and write this down, and then I go back and think some more for about 2 hours and get up again and write that down, Jerry recalled. His mind raced with excitement, and by the time the sun came up, he rushed to Joe's house to share his creation. We just sat down and I worked straight through. What Jerry didn't know at the time was that this moment would mark the beginning of something much larger than the two of them ever imagined. Superman was born not just from the minds of two teenagers, but from a place deep within Jerry's heart, a place that had been shaped by personal pain and loss, a tragic loss and the healing power of creativity. Jerry Siegel's life had been marked by tragedy long before he created Superman. His father, a kind-hearted man who owned a haberdashery, was tragically killed during a robbery. The loss was devastating for Jerry, especially since he was just a child at the time. Young Jerry would have wished for anything to prevent the crime, and in his grief, he began to channel his emotions into the creation of a character who could do what he had wished he could have done, for his father saved lives and stop injustice. In many ways, Superman was Jerry's way of coping with the overwhelming sadness that accompanies such a tragic loss. The idea of a hero who could withstand bullets and save the innocent became a metaphor for Jerry's own longing for justice, protection, and healing. Superman's victory over evil and his ability to overcome any obstacle became a reflection of Jerry's deep need to see goodness prevail in the face of personal hardship. Superman, in all his glory, was not just a superhero. He was a symbol of resilience, of hope in the face of adversity. Like Jerry, he was a symbol of triumph over darkness, a way to heal and to rebuild. And, in a sense, creating Superman was Jerry's way of turning his pain into power, just as many of us turn to creativity, passion, or purpose to heal from life's inevitable struggles. The rise of Superman, from a dream to a global icon. What started as an idea sketched on paper by two high school boys quickly transformed into something extraordinary. The duo worked tirelessly, crafting Superman's world, developing his origin story, and fleshing out the core principles that would define him. A hero with superhuman strength who would never back down from doing what was right. They poured their hearts and souls into their creation, But success didn't come easily. Jerry and Joe faced rejection after rejection from publishers who didn't believe in their vision. In the world of 1930s comic books, superheroes weren't the norm. There was no room for the flying, indestructible hero that Jerry and Joe had brought to life. But they didn't give up. They kept pushing forward, determined to see their creation come to life. And then, in 1938, everything changed. Superman finally found a home with Action Comics #1. That comic book marked the beginning of Superman's legendary status. It was the dawn of a new era in comics, and with it, Jerry and Joe had unknowingly created a cultural phenomenon. Superman was no longer just a figment of two teenagers' imagination, she was now an icon. Superman's impact was immediate. He represented the ideals of truth, justice, and the American way. He inspired a generation of readers to believe in themselves, to fight for what was right, and to rise above their struggles. He was no longer just a character on a page. He was a hero that millions could look up to. And as Superman's popularity soared, Jerry and Joe's lives were forever changed. Their creation had become a global symbol of hope. The power of teamwork. How two awkward boys created a legend. Looking back, Jerry and Joe's journey is a testament to the power of passion, creativity, and persistence. These two awkward teenage boys, outcasts in their own right, dreamed up something bigger than themselves. Their friendship, built on a shared love of comics, proved that great things can come from the most unexpected places. They didn't just create a superhero, they created a legacy. And their story continues to inspire. Superman, with his iconic red cape and blue suit, has become an enduring symbol of hope, bravery, and strength. He has calmed fears, inspired dreams, and shown us all that we have the power to overcome anything life throws our way. The next time you feel like your dreams are too big or your goals are too far out of reach, remember Jerry and Joe. They started as two awkward boys, but through hard work, perseverance, and unwavering belief in their ideas, they created something that would last forever. Just like Superman, they showed us all that no dream is too big, no idea too crazy, and with the right passion, anything is possible. Conclusion: the legacy of Superman. Superman's story is a reminder that the greatest heroes don't always start out as the strongest. Sometimes, they begin as ordinary people with ordinary dreams. Dreams that are fueled by passion, pain, and a desire to make the world a better place. Jerry Siegel and Joe Shuster showed us that sometimes the most incredible things come from the most unlikely places. And today, thanks to their hard work and vision, Superman remains a beacon of hope, a hero who inspires us all to be our best selves and fight for what's right. Superman didn't just change the world of comics, changed the way we think about heroes. And it all started with two awkward teenage boys and a dream that seemed impossible.